Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general forecast for September 2018. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So I'd like to take just a quick second. To those of you who watch my videos month to month, you'll notice that I did not post last month, and I'd like to apologize. I got sick towards the end of July, and the first day I started to feel better was on August 12th. So I just kind of figured it was a little late by then to just start. So I just figured I'd take the rest of the month to build my energy back up and, continue getting better. So I'm back. I'm here. Now that's enough about me. This is about you. So let's jump in. Okay. So your first card is the Four of Swords. This is Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. I'm pretty certain that Gemini got this as the very first card as well. Kind of funny. Two air elements getting this card as the first card. Okay, so with the Four of Swords, this card can definitely indicate that you may have been probably experiencing some maybe verbal conflicts, or it could even be mental conflicts. Sometimes this can be a card of, we've had to deal with some verbal altercation, so to speak. So sometimes this card can be an indication where it's like a truce, a temporary truce, so like that white flag. Because it's like we're not making any headway by continuing to argue. You're not seeing my point of view, I'm not seeing yours. You go over there, I'm going to go over here. Let's take a little time apart, So this can be a card of retreating. So this can be us retreating from an argument. This can be us just simply maybe we had dealt with some sort of verbal conflict and we're just like, you know what, you're not seeing my point of view, I'm done with you, I'm not going to continue with this. I have a need to make sense. So this could be us, simply retreating. For some of you, this could just simply indicate that maybe you've been on vacation. Maybe some of you have just simply taken a time out to have some time off. Maybe some of you could have been withdrawing just to have that time to reflect and be a bit introspective. So, look at everything around her head here. At first glance, it looks like it could be her hair, but that's definitely indicating that there's, a lot of mental activity going on here. So sometimes this can be a card of where we might be dealing with some anxiety. So it's like, I just need a time out because I'm like really, really anxiety ridden. I need a break, And sometimes this can be, stress that others have caused us, and it's like, just back up, give me a break, I mean, she has, pulled herself back. She's like sitting in this bathtub that's full of bubbles. She's got her eyes closed. She's still got all this mental activity taking place, but she is like taking that physical break because she's like, Caligon, take me away. Give me a break. So, this can be about, simply trying to get that break. This can be about resting after going through a battle of some sorts. For some of you, this could be about resting and recovering, maybe potentially after a minor surgery. That'll resonate with some of you. But overall, it's a time for us to pull back, and we're taking a break, Probably a much needed break. Okay, this one's definitely been making appearance here quite a few times. So this would be circumstances. So we have the Nine of Wands. Thankfully, this is in the upright position this go around, so this is good. But it can bring a little bit of stress, I will forewarn here. So the Nine of Wands is definitely a card where we're, on the defensive. Take a look. You see this wound on his head? There's still a little bit of blood. This just indicates that he's already been through some battles. And when I say battles, these are probably, disagreements, maybe, arguments. A lot of times this is a card where we are taking a stand and we are prepared to deal with anything that gets slung our way, so it's like, I am not budging from my beliefs, from my values. I'm not going to budge, I'm going to protect my family, my friends, my loved ones. I'll protect my beliefs, I'll protect my values. You're not going to sway me. That's what this card is really saying. Like, you're not going to change my mind. I'm going to defend myself. And I'll defend those that need to be defending as well. So a lot of times this can be about, someone definitely trying to push the envelope too far with you. Maybe someone's trying to disagree with something you believe or a way that you live, or maybe someone's just simply trying to cause problems for you. But do not worry, because when this card is in the upright position, you have the physical stamina and the vitality to handle anything that they try to sling your way. You're going to be fine. You're strong. And you're actually pretty darn ready to deal with any type of verbal conflict that comes your way. Like, hey, you want to try to take a go at me? You ain't gonna win. So it's clarified by the Faith card, which is also known as the Hierophant card. So the Faith card is about, traditional, conventional, orthodox. This can be about like marriage, education, the church, things of that nature. It can also be about exchanging things, trading things, kind of like trading a service for money. But I like how it is called faith in this card, because faith says a lot. Faith, can definitely be linked back to our beliefs and our values. And that's what this card is about, the Nine of Wands. We are ready to defend ourselves, our loved ones, our beliefs, our values, whatever it may be. We are ready to defend anybody that tries to come at us, any adversity. Anybody who tries to become hostile with us, we're going to stand our ground, and it is what it is. We're not budging. So, I definitely see the Faith link, and that's why I like how this card is named the Faith card in this particular deck. So, I would just say, stay strong and keep doing what you're doing. Now, this card is also about conforming. Sometimes this can be about conforming to, say, society norms. Sometimes we just have to do that, for better or worse, sometimes for the good of all. But sometimes someone else wants us to conform. They want us to fall in line with what they expect out of us, or maybe they want to change our mind or challenge us. Well, I bid them good luck because they're going to need it. Because you guys are holding strong. You're not about to let anybody barrel over you and try to tell you what you should think, what you should believe, what you should be doing, you know. So, you know, sometimes conflicts definitely come up with that. So some of you could be having conflict with someone. But don't worry, you will be able to hold your own. And your beliefs are your beliefs and your values. So you ain't got to change them for anyone but you. So this would be the focus, which this card's made an appearance quite a bit too. So we have the King of Wands here in reverse. So typically I look at this card as an Aries type of person, but it can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs. Nine of Wands. This is like Moon and Sagittarius card, so we're already dealing with some fire type of energy. So this card in the reverse position indicates that maybe we're lacking in confidence, maybe we're being doubtful. Now let me just go ahead and back up just a wee bit here. Let me be clear. This is the focus of the entire reading, so this could be about someone that is in your life and maybe they're behaving this way, or this could be your own energy. So this could be about something that you're going through, or this could be about someone who you're dealing with and you're going through it, you know. So you'll know where you fit in here. So okay, back to the King of Wands. So when he's in the reverse, he does not have confidence anymore. He doesn't have that belief in himself. He's very, very doubtful. He becomes pessimistic here. He's pretty unsure of himself, and sometimes he's unsure of the other people that are around him as well. Sometimes we can see self-sabotage come up here, or someone who might sabotage events, maybe due to the fact that they just may not be believing that they can do something. Sometimes this can indicate that we might be acting a bit rashly. Maybe we're having a short fuse, so we could be maybe a little bit more temperamental, or maybe we're dealing with someone like this. There can also be feelings of inadequacy. It's almost like someone being so negative. It's like, I'll never pull this off. I'll never be able to get here. I'll never be able to achieve this or that. Or it's just, you know, complete negativity, you know, where they may try to rain on your parade, especially if it's someone else, you know. But this could be you guys as well. And so you need to be careful, because you don't want to self-sabotage yourself. You don't want to sabotage any of your projects or anything like that. You need to be careful. Maybe you're unsure of yourself. Maybe you're lacking confidence or self-esteem. But you need to believe in yourself. You know, maybe there was a setback. Maybe there was a delay of some sort. Maybe something didn't work out. Don't get down on yourself about it, okay? Because that won't help the situation. And I don't want you guys to, you know, sabotage yourself and get further down into that hole. We don't want that. And I don't want that for you. So if you catch yourself doing that, you know, try to correct yourself. You know, if you don't believe in yourself, then listen, I believe in you. I believe in you, and I want you to believe in yourself. This is a rough energy, guys. I swear, with these retrograde planets, I think a lot of us are feeling a little off. Not all of us, but you know, there's a lot of us that are out here feeling, you know, a little off. It's almost like we can't put our finger on it, but it's like something's just not right, but I can't put my finger on it, you know? For some of us, we could be experiencing a little bit more anxiety. For some of us, we might be dealing with some depression. It's not going to last forever. We have a lot of retrograde planets, and so it's making some of us feel off, like we're not in balance, and some of us aren't, and we just need to bring ourselves that balance again. And so, if this is resonating with you, you need to get back in balance. But again, you know, this could be someone that you're dealing with. They could be male, they could be female, they could, you know, have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's possible, but, you know, they don't have to. Okay, yeah, I had two clarifying cards that popped out here. And it's so funny because one of them is the Sun card and the other one is the Emperor. So, Sun and Aries. Maybe Aries is your polar opposite, so that's going to resonate with just a few of you, but let's move forward. So, the Emperor. This could be a father figure. This could be an older male. This could even be an older female. You know, someone that has authority. But most of all, I look at this card, and especially with the King of Wands in reverse, it just makes me want to say, pull it together and take control of your life. You have the power. All the power is in your hands. Whether you realize it or not, you have the ability to pull things together. Take control of the situation. Take control of your life if you need to. For some of you, this could be about stepping into a power of authority and position. Maybe some of you could have a new job. Maybe you get put into a position of power. Or maybe you're in a position of power, you know, in a certain relationship. Maybe some of you are feeling really unsure of yourself, like maybe you won't be able to pull it off. Don't do that to yourself. Don't think negatively. Don't allow that fear to rob you. I mean, you definitely want to be honest with yourself. Either you know you can do it or you can't, but don't just get down on yourself and assume the worst. Especially if you've been put into a position of authority, say like in a job. Well, they probably wouldn't have hired you if they didn't think you could do it. So, maybe some of you could be experiencing some sort of difficulty. But don't let that be the end all be all. You have the power to pull it together and to make things run smoothly, to get it together. You have that power. I just need you to step into your power. Acknowledge that you can pull it all together. You will. So the next card is the Sun card. And see, I think this is great that these both popped out to clarify the King of Wands in reverse. And the fact that they're both upright, this gives me tremendous hope that you guys will be able to bring this King of Wands to the upright position, especially if this is your energy. Now, if it's someone else's energy, you can do your best to try to give them pep talks, you know, try to help them, but, you know, we can't force another to change the way they think. So, but I'm feeling that for most of you, this energy is with you guys. So again, back to the cards. We have the Sun. So this is a great card. You know, this is a card of us achieving success, you know. Maybe some of you have gotten that job you've wanted. Maybe some of you have recently graduated. Maybe some of you have recently gotten into a relationship, or maybe some of you have recently gotten married. Maybe some of you have recently gotten a new place to live. You know, sometimes a change of residence can come up with the Sun card. But the Sun card is a very optimistic card. And so you need to have optimism. And just like the Faith card clarifying over here, you need to believe in yourself. Don't let somebody gaslight you and make you doubt yourself. You need to have optimism, because the Sun is success, you know. This is us getting what we want. This is us achieving that goal that we set out for. This is a happy card. This is a good card. Shoot. To me, I see this as a blessing. And just know, like, I feel that for some of you, you might be, you know, and this is only going to be for a few of you, but I feel that some of you might actually be trying to go your own way. Maybe you might be trying to, you know, start your own business, do something like independent, you know. And no matter what your situation is, just realize that most paths that we go down, there's going to be rocks, you know. There's going to be things that come up, but you can't just throw everything down and let everything fall away from you. You have to pull your bootstraps up and keep going. Don't lose your hope. Don't lose your optimism. Don't get down on yourself. And don't fall for any gaslighting from anybody, okay? Yeah, let's watch out for that one. Okay, so this would be your recent past. So this is the Temperance card. So sometimes when we get this card, this can be a card of where we're going to have to learn to really develop patience and tolerance. A lot of times we're going to have to work with other people. Sometimes we'll have to work in group settings. So we need to be patient and tolerant, and we need to be open to the fact that, yes, you know, we do bring something to the table. We have our own set of skills, our own set of abilities. We bring something to the table. But someone else in the group, or maybe a few of the people in the group, they might have their own skills and abilities, and they probably bring something to the table as well. So we really need to be open-minded and hear other people out. And sometimes this can feel like, you know, we're really being tested. And honestly, you are. So this is just about patience. We must be patient. We must hear other people out. We must be tolerant. And when we learn patience and tolerance, we're going to persevere. We're going to achieve our success. We're going to make it there. And, you know, every time I see the Temperance card, especially when it comes up reversed, but, you know, it is in the upright position. And even though it's in the past, I just always like to remind people, take that time to slow down and smell the roses. you know, it's really easy to become impatient and to just want to get things done like now, now, now. But, you know, we want to take time, you know, to admire, you know, a beautiful bush of roses, you know, because if we're constantly speeding through everything and not taking those little moments to admire something beautiful and, you know, admire the visual, admire the fragrance, because just stopping for those couple of seconds to do that, you could end up running into someone that could present you with an opportunity. And you know what? If you would just kept running right past those roses and not stopping and admiring, you would have never got to meet this person that could potentially be offering you an opportunity or could lead you to an opportunity. You know, sometimes the small things can make a huge difference in our world. Okay, so this would be the present, the here and the now energy. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So this shows that, you know, you guys went through a period where you were probably feeling unsatisfied with your life, maybe just in general. Could have been feeling unsatisfied within your love life. Maybe it could have been about work, you know, but it's like there was some discontent, some boredom, some dissatisfaction. And now, since it's reversed, we've gotten through that bored, rough patch, you know. And it's like our passion is returning. And we're ready to go out and enjoy life. And a lot of times when this card pops up in the reverse position, there could be an opportunity that comes your way and you really need to be prepared for it. Sometimes it can also indicate that perhaps there could be a new love interest that comes into view. But most of all, this is a card where we're ready to go out and have fun. And, you know, you could make new friends under this type of energy. So you guys could be making new friends. Sometimes we can see where maybe perhaps old friends or maybe old acquaintances could pop back up in our life, which could be very, very beneficial. But this is very positive since the Four of Cups is in reverse. So, you know, it's like a return to enjoy things. You know, we're no longer dissatisfied. We are now able to find satisfaction. We're now able to, you know, pull ourselves up and go out and go do some things. Because this is a card of, you know, let's get out, let's go have fun, let's, you know, go make friends, you know, let's just have some fun. Let's just, you know, cut loose a little. And you deserve it, you know. It looks like you've been pent up for a while, you know, and feeling all those negative things was probably pretty hard, and now you just need to enjoy yourself and be prepared. You're going to make some new friends. Your passion's returning, your hope will be returning, you know, things are going to get better. But definitely watch out because some new friends are coming, or it will be old friends or old acquaintances that could pop up, and, you know, you could really develop a meaningful relationship with them. And the potential for a romantic opportunity that could potentially come your way. You might see somebody, you're like, oh wow, I think I might like him or her. I think I want to go out with them. You know, so it could happen, but, you know, let me be clear, not every Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign wants to be in a relationship. So that's a common misconception when it comes to Libra, is there are people that just automatically assume, well, Libra's always attached. Well, yeah, there are Libras that are always attached, but there is a fair share of Libras that are not. and they don't want to be. And you know what? That's okay. We're all different. We're on our own journey, and you got to do what makes you happy. Period. Don't worry about what other people think. Okay, we're moving forward. Okay, so this would be the near future energy. So we have the Knight of Wands. This is a very good card, especially for the near future. So, what was I just saying about a possible opportunity? Yeah, here we are. So, the Knight of Wands, this type of energy can actually appear unexpectedly. You know, this could be us receiving a message. This could be us receiving, you know, some form of communication that comes suddenly or unexpectedly. Sometimes this can be someone that actually comes into our life. Perhaps you meet somebody or run into somebody. Very possible. And this person could end up offering you an opportunity or having that information to where they can tell you and lead you to a possibility. Now, the biggest thing that happens when we have the Knight of Wands is changes always come up. A lot of times these changes are unexpected. This can also indicate a potential change of residence. Not for every one of you, but for some of you this will resonate. For some of you, this could be about a job opportunity. For some of you, this could be about, you know, a creative endeavor or project. For some of you, this could be about, you know, an unexpected journey. You know, maybe someone offers, hey, you know, I have an extra plane ticket. I was going here, and, you know, I had someone that was going to go with me, and they ended up having to stay in town because they've got this, this, and this to do. Do you want to go? You're certainly right. I'll take that plane ticket. I will be there. So, you know, this can manifest in so many different ways. But again, you know, it's about change. But no matter what type of change happens here, it will be positive. Now, just a word of advice, you know, again, you know, we all have different things going on. So for some, you know, this change might at first not feel so positive, but it will result as positive. It will end up leading us to positive changes. Even though for some of you it may not feel positive in the beginning, it will be positive in the end. Just wanted to be clear. Ooh, now this is good. So it's clarified by the Ace of Coins. So to me, this definitely seems like whatever this change or this opportunity is, it's definitely one of a financial nature. So for some of you, you know, this could be about a new job. For some of you, you know, maybe you've been wanting to do something independently or run your own business. Maybe you've been looking for a financial backer. You know, hey, it just might happen. No matter what, when we see the Ace of Coins, there's definitely some new energy where we're getting this new start. So this can definitely indicate that there is some money coming in, or we are given this new start in a particular area, but it's always about finances. Now, I just want to give you guys a warning ahead of time, because I know y'all are Libra. You guys are ruled by Venus. So, you know, a word of warning. Be careful. Try to not overextend yourself financially. Especially, you know, if you're starting something new. Or even if you're, you know, say starting a new job or something. You know, you really want to be careful. You know, maybe you'll get a little bit of money, but maybe you'll be like, oh, but I want to go get this new purse, or, you know, maybe I want to go get this new, you know, business suit. Well, you know, be careful, because we don't want to overextend ourselves. So it's kind of like, let's just deal with the necessities right now, because especially if this, you know, could be resonating with someone who is trying to do something more independent, say like self-employment, or just like an independent contractor or agent or whatever it may be. You know, sometimes unexpected expenses can pop up, and so we don't want to use too much of our money, because we need to be prepared for the unexpected. I'm just giving you guys a pre-warning here, so that, you know, I don't want to see the Ace of Coins reverse, you know. And if I can help you avoid that, I'd love to. So, you know, just be careful. You know, there's a huge difference between what we need, what is the necessities in life, you know, to keep going and surviving, and you know, there's a huge difference between the things that we want. I would just, you know, caution, you know, be careful. You know, I'm not saying you can't get something you don't, that you want, you know, but be reasonable. I wouldn't blow too much. I would just be careful, you know. Sometimes it's better to just plan for the unexpected, you know, and that way you have some extra money in the event that some sort of unexpected fees arise, or something of that nature. Then you're prepared. And hey, and if they don't, well, then you just have more savings. Nothing wrong with that. But do what you feel is best. I'm just advising based off of what I see, and I just want to try to prevent any financial issues if we can. So, okay, so this would be your attitude card. Look at here. The Emperor. So, this is almost a thing of beauty. So, it definitely looks like y'all are ready to take charge. Y'all are ready to step into your own power. You guys are ready to step into a position of authority. I'm loving this card for you guys. Sometimes we just get tired of, you know, having to do things everybody else's way. And sometimes, you know, some of us have just literally taken a back seat, you know, to make other people happy, and so we don't cause conflict, you know, because we're not trying to hurt feelings or whatever, you know. But at some point, you just gotta go for it, you know. We can't always live our life to make everybody else happy, because what about you? I mean, if it makes you happy to make other people happy, then that's one thing, but I just wouldn't recommend sacrificing your own personal happiness to make people happy. But I think that, you know, a lot of you Libras are catching on to that. Like, I'll please some people when I can, but I'm tired of, you know, constantly having to take a backseat. I'm ready to be in charge. I'm ready to step into my power. Period. Whether people like it or not. Just make sure to believe in yourself, you know, because naturally there's always going to be people that are not going to agree, and they might say things to try to make you doubt yourself or make you feel bad about it. But you know what? You don't need that. You don't need people trying to make you feel bad. So this is how other people see you. So yeah, this is not really a great energy at all. So this is definitely a card of karmic release, but it's the end of a cycle, and this cycle is very karmic. I mean, just take a look at this picture here. It's pretty graphic. We see the swords, we see blood, but this is pretty literal. I mean, you may feel like you've been stabbed in the back by other people. Or maybe someone could be looking at you like maybe you stabbed them in the back, or maybe someone could be looking at you like, whoa, this person stabbed you in the back, Libra. So, you know, something's coming to a close. Something's coming to an end. It has reached its natural end. Now, while this can be painful, it's necessary. We need that clean slate. We need that new start. You know, some situations, maybe some certain people have just, you know, run their natural course and they just need to go. So there's definitely an ending here. You know, sometimes this can be about the end of a relationship. Could be a romantic relationship, could be a platonic relationship, could even be a business partnership. For some, it could even be, with a family member, but, it's like, we've got to be done. Now, for some, this could have been a job, For some, this could be indicating that you could be going through a divorce. For some, you might be having some sort of legal issues. Sometimes we see legal issues that come up with this card. Some of you might be sad. Some of you might be pretty anxiety ridden. Some of you might be dealing with depression about this loss. But just know that whatever is being removed from your life, whatever this is, maybe someone stabbed you in the back. Maybe someone lied to you, betrayed you. Well, you don't need that in your life, okay? We can forgive many things, but, sometimes we just gotta draw a line in the sand, so to speak, Enough is enough. Some people just need to go. Especially those people that are toxic. If they're constantly negative, always bringing you down, always in your ear and putting those negative things in there, nope, they gotta go, And, another thing is I'm feeling that some people just might be jealous of you. Imagine that. But yeah, it's true. Some people are probably going to be jealous. And so they may try to cause more problems. And yeah, we don't need that. So this is hopes, fears. Sometimes this can give us a little glimpse into the subconscious mind. So we have the Five of Coins in reverse. This card's much better in the reverse position. So this is like maybe we might have been dealing with bad luck, and then it's like, boom, a reversal. So now, good luck. Maybe if you've had a hard time finding employment or, getting something started, business-wise, opportunities will come your way. They're coming, so see, this definitely seems very work-related after looking at this. But it's not going to be for everybody. Not every Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising works, so. But either way, it's about a reversal, of bad luck, hard times, trying times. It gives way to, our hope is returned, and opportunities are emerging and coming our way. So I'm sure that's what most of you are hoping for. And it's definitely heading that way because, I mean, we've definitely got a fantastic opportunity right here. Okay, so this one right here is a little concerning, but we can still potentially change this. So we do have free will. So this is the final outcome card. We have the Ace of Wands. So anytime I see an ace in the reverse position, then I know that there's some sort of blockage. The blockage could be self-created. It could be circumstance-created. You know, it could be many different things. You know, first and foremost, we're being given a new start. Now, sometimes when it's in the reverse position, this can indicate that we might take a different road. You know, because this type of energy is... It's great energy. I can't think of the word right now. My brain's like, just move forward. But initiating energy. Sorry, there we go. So maybe you might have gone down a different path. Now, another thing to really question yourself and be honest with yourself is this the road you really want to take? Is this, whatever is connected to this new start, is this what you really, really want? And be honest with yourself. Is this what you're passionate about? Is this what is going to sustain you? Just some questions to be a bit thought-provoking, but I just want you guys to make the right decisions for where you are and for what you want and for where you are in life right now. So now this could just simply be indicating that there could be a delay. A delay is not always the end of the world, but boy, can it be frustrating. So don't lose your hope, okay? Delays happen for a reason, and sometimes they happen for very good reasons. Sometimes the delay is actually the universe protecting us and saving our rear end, but we may not always be able to see it. So as long as you question yourself and you know that you're passionate about this, you know that this is what you want, and you know you're on the right path, then just hang tight. You know, if it's meant to be, it will be. If something is meant to be, then nothing is going to stop it. It can be delayed, but nothing will stop it. So, when clarifying, I had 3 cards fall out. So, generally, I'm just taking one that falls out. Maybe if 2 fall out, I might take them. Typically, when 3 falls out, I don't. I've had a few readings so far where I've had about 3 cards fall out. So this has been a little strange, but I can't ignore spirit. When I hear take it, I'm taking it. So here we go. So Queen of Swords. So this could be your energy, okay? Or this could be energy from someone that could be in your life, or someone who is connected to this new start. Now, they could be male, they could be female. Doesn't have to be female just because we see Queen of Swords. This person could be Aquarius, they could be Libra, they could be Gemini. I wanted to say Sagittarius, but it's Gemini, excuse me. So, but they don't necessarily have to be the air element if it is another individual. But my feeling here is, you know, she's just coming in to say, hey, You need to weigh the pros and the cons. Is this really the road you want to take? You need to be honest with yourself, because the Queen of Swords, she's holding this very large sword here. But this sword is truth penetrating matter. She holds the truth. And she's not afraid to speak it. Not afraid at all. But, you know, you Libras are blessed with the ability to reason. And you got, you know, your logic. So just take your time, just like your Libra selves, with a set of scales, literally weigh the pros and the cons. Is this what's best for you? Is this what you really want? Just don't be afraid to question to make sure that this was the right thing for you and that it fits you. So the next card that came out is the World. So the World card is like, hey, you've been through a lot. The universe is like, we see it, we know you've learned a lot of your lessons. You know, pat yourself on the back. Good job, you know. So it's a card of karmic rewards. But, you know, it's basically saying, hey, what is it that you want? It can be yours. It can be yours. But we have to put some action behind it in order to achieve it. So we can sit here and say, oh, I would really, really love for this to happen. This is what I want. Well, then we have to put some action behind it. And you know what the action would be? This. So maybe some of you are not putting the action behind what you want. Maybe you want this, but maybe you're just not working for it or putting the action in to make it happen. What's the saying? Faith without action is useless? Yes, very much so. So we don't want to fall prey to wishful thinking, and this is why I say, weigh the pros and the cons. Is this what you really want? Are you willing to get up and work for it? Because you have to put the action behind it. If you don't put action behind it, it's just wishful thinking. You can't expect things to just fall in your lap. So, the final card that fell out is the Hermit in reverse. So, the Hermit in reverse is about, we've been given good advice, good counsel, and maybe we've disregarded it. So this good, wise, sage advice could have literally come from your own subconscious mind, that inner voice, that gut feeling. Or perhaps maybe you've received some advice from someone else. For some of you, maybe I'm the one giving advice. You know, this can play out many different ways. But, you know, be careful of disregarding good advice. Be careful. Now, the Hermit in reverse is definitely saying, hey, you need to go back and reflect. Do some evaluation. And sometimes there can be an element of being caught up in wishful thinking. And kind of like daydreaming and just wishful thinking. Daydreaming and wishful thinking will not get this wand ignited again. We need the fire. And wishful thinking is not enough, okay? It's just not enough. You got to put the action behind it. So you have to be sure this is what you want. Now, as far as being, you know, wishful thinking, maybe caught up daydreaming potentially, or just in general disregarding advice. Sometimes this can be indicating that maybe our head might be in the clouds. And when our head is in the clouds, then we can't see how dark the situation really is. So this is one of those cards that pops out to say, hey, pull your head out of the clouds and look at the cold, hard reality of the situation. You need to look at the facts. Is this something you want? If it's something you want, then you have the power. You have the power to reignite this wand and to bring this wand to the upright position, and boom, you're moving forward. But I can't stress enough, this all comes down to you. This is your choice. Do you want it or do you not? Are you gonna take this new start with both hands and hang on for dear life and put that action behind it? Or are you just going to let it slip away? The choice is yours. And you have the power. So the bottom of the deck card, we have the King of Coins. So this is a fantastic card for making money. So for some of you, this card could be about your own energy, or this could be about what you desire, or this could simply be about someone who could enter your life or may have already entered your life. So if this is a person, this could be a male, could be a female. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be, but they would be someone who is very hardworking, practical, and maybe even a bit entrepreneurial. Excuse me, entrepreneurial. I can't talk today. So, the King of Wands, Coins, excuse me, King of Coins. It's been a long day. So, this particular king, he knows how to make money. If you have financial questions or you need financial advice, this is the person that you want to take advice from. This is someone who knows how to make money. And not only do they know how to make money, they know how to make wealth. Okay? And this type of person is more than happy to help and be of assistance, to show you how they do it, to share, you know what's successful and what's not. Sometimes we can find him, being an actual entrepreneur. Sometimes this can be someone who is a stockbroker, someone who is just a broker in general, real estate, sometimes veterinarian. There are a ton of jobs, but this would be a job where he makes a lot of money. So, for some of you, if you have someone in your life that has not just got money, but is wealthy and is trying to give you advice, I would listen, Libra. I would definitely listen, because they're trying to give you a valuable gift. So I would listen. I would take the advice personally, but to each his own. Do what you feel is best. So we're clarifying, okay, so this person might be Capricorn, that's a possibility too. Or we could just be dealing with someone who could pretty much be addicted to work. Now, the devil deals with obsessions, fear, karmic toxic relationships. That's a big one. Addictions. There are many different things that we can be addicted to. You know, a lot of times the big one that comes up is sex, because the devil is a very sexualized card. So sometimes we can see obsessions and or addictions as well with sex. But you know, there are so many addictions nowadays. I could literally go hours naming things off. Sometimes, you know, we can literally have an obsession with working. Sometimes we can have an obsession with making money, being rich, you know, whatever it may be. Sometimes we can have an obsession with simply being in relationships, or maybe we are a bit obsessed with one person in particular. But beware, because this rules karmic toxic relationships. Now, there's another element here, is bondage. You see, this man, he is in this bird cage. Kind of like a bird cage, but, you know, I guess big enough for a human, I guess. But look, he's got his head in his arms, not even looking up. It's like he's so scared to even look up. But look, the door is hanging wide open. So sometimes there is an illusion there of like feeling like you're stuck in a situation, feeling like you can't escape it, but really it's an illusion. You can escape at any moment. All you got to do is pull your head up out of your arms and look up and climb out of that cage. You do not have to stay in that cage. It is your own choice. But sometimes this is what fear can do to us. So be careful of the fear. Sometimes the fear can override and then start saying, hey, you really think you can do that? You really think you can pull this off? You know, you got to be careful. You know, some of these dark energy, dark forces are definitely trying to implant some nasty crap into our heads. Some people in general are just kind of being more negative than normal, and you know, like I said, some of us are feeling pretty off, you know, so may not be intentional. But I only bring up the dark forces and, you know, negative energy because, you know, when we're getting ready to achieve something, this is when these things pop in that try to knock us off our tracks. You know, to try to derail us, to prevent us from getting what we want, to prevent us from being happy. And I just refer to those things as, you know, dark, you know, type of energy, negativity. So it's like we're about to ascend, you know, and achieve what we've been after, and then sometimes the dark forces can rear their evil head and try to throw things at you to make you, you know, fall off track, to derail you, to put fear into you. So be careful of that fear. Don't lie to yourself. Be very honest with yourself. And, you know, don't let someone else get all up in your ear either and try to tell you you can't do it, you can't do this, you can't do that, or you'll never make it, you know. Some people just want to try to tear us down because that's the only thing they know what to do to make themselves feel better, which is really kind of pathetic. But, you know, we're not perfect. No one is. Everyone's dealing with their own issues, so to each his own. But just be careful, beware, you know, that some people are going to be jealous and some people are going to do whatever they can to just try to throw negativity on the situation, to put fear and doubt into you. So don't let them. And, you know, if it's just you feeling that way, then, you know, stop. You're the only thing holding yourself back then if it's you that's thinking that way. So don't rob yourself of an opportunity. Because things could be fantastic, Libra. It's within grasp. You just need to take charge. Take charge of your life. Step into that personal power. Believe in yourself. Okay, I hope this helps you guys. I love you guys. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.